our YouTube as well. And as soon as that happens, Linda, I will put up on the screen our opening hymn, which we'll be doing this evening. And our live opening hymn, if I can share our screen, is there it is. It was here. Eli.
I still don't see it, so.
Let me actually then take it off. It was here, but let's not futz. The words Eli, Eli.
Eli, Eli, Shelo yigamer leolam, hakol v'hayam, rishru shel hamayim, v'rak hashamayim, tefilat hadam, hakol v'hayam, rishru shel hamayim, v'rak hashamayim, tefilat hadam. Oh God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, hakol v'hayam, rishru shel hamayim, berak hashamayim, tefilat hadam.
Thank you. For those looking at prayer books, and I'll be sharing the screen momentarily, our candle blessing is on page 120. Barb Phillips this evening leads us in candle lighting. Barb, I'm going to open up your, hopefully, let's have, I'm trying to unmute your audio. Perhaps if you could try, you might have yourself on mute as well.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you. Just lovely hearing your voice, seeing the candles. It really does feel a bit more like Shabbat together now. Thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Linda, shall we go to page 138 for Lechadodi?
Lechadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabila. 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 Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem al tiferet v'letila. Lechadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabila. Lechadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabila. Likrat Shabbat lehuven elcha, ki mechor habracha, merosh mikedem nesuka, suf machase b'machshava tehila. Lechadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabila. Lechadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabila. Bo'ui v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'bsola, toch emunei am segula. Bo'ui chala, bo'ui chala. Lechadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabila. Lechadodi lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabila.
The Chatzi Kaddish will be found on page 144.
Yitkadav yitkadash be'raba, be'alma divrach yute v'amlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dekol bet Yisrael, bagala bagala uv'izman karif. V'himeru amen, Yeheshme Rabba Mivorach, Le'alam u'lemei Maya Yitbarach, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר וירומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשא בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה Vimeru. Amen.
For those who are able and wish, we rise, page 146 for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vahed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
We read, this is the top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai.
Amari Varavim.
The top of page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah
Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vahed.
Please be seated. The Ve'ahavta is found on page 154.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'otecha v'hayu ha'dvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Vishinantam levanacha, vidibartam baham, vishivtecha bevetecha, uvlektecha baderech, ushoktecha uvekumecha, ukshartam lehot al yodecha, vihayuletotafot beinenecha. Uchtavtam al misusar betecha uvisharecha levan tiskeru v'hasitem et komitzvotai v'hitem kiroshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim v'hiot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Emet. I read page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. that there is a better place, a promised land, and that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Mi Chamocha, page 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nova tehilot, osef pele, nora tehilot, osef pele, malchutecha Bokeyam lifnei Moshe, Zeli Zeli, Adu Peyameru, Adonai Himlo Leolam Vahed, Adonai Himlo Leolam Vahed, Adonai Imloch Leolam Vahed, Leolam 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 Vahed.
Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. On page 160 is Hashkiven.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamitenu shomreinu l'chayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamitenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ushmot seitenu, l'chayim u'shalom, ve'ata bi'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamitenu shomreinu l'chayim u'shalom, ve'ata bi'ad olam.
Here we are, we're live with everybody.
Pardon?
We're live with everybody.
There may be money available for you based on your specific injury that you can request. It only takes a second to pick up the phone and find out. Call 888-WIN-FAST. We can help you get your life back.
Good Lord.
Do it fast. Call 888-WIN-FAST. Call now.
How do I know Cox panoramic Wi-Fi secures on smart devices?
Here's what I found. It delivers security from cyber threats.
I muted myself as well. So Linda, we have you now unmuted. And again, page 162 for Vishamra.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
For those who are able, we rise for the tefillah. It begins on page 164.
Adonai tzivata tiftach ufia ki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur V'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdevot V'Himahot, U'Mevi Gula Lifnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magid Abraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Atagi Bur Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atavrav Lehoshia, Mekachel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berakamim Rabim, Somek Noflim Ve'Roveh Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayeh Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Givurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memi Tumechaye, Umazmi Yeshua, V'ne'manata lehayot ha'kol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekayeh ha'kol.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh.
Please be seated. A pandemic is just that, ubiquitous. The impact is felt by all of us. Yet each person also faces her or his own circumstances with individual as well as communal apprehension, if not pain. Waterbury has become a hot spot of cases with this terrible disease and its impact close at hand. Our response must take several forms: reliance on science, continued social distancing, acts of empathy, caring, and compassion. Nourishing our souls, we must likewise continue to study and learn, nor shall we discount prayer as we share with the source of life, the author of each of our souls, our hope for shalom, for peace and peace of mind, for ourselves, our families, our community, our nation, our people, and our world, which itself shares in the ubiquitous challenge before us. We sing Shalom Rav for abundant peace at every level.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lekol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lekol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tov ve'nachal livarech et Amecha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
And we pause now for silent prayer.
Yihiu leratzon himrefi vehegyon libi lefanecha Adonai Tzuri vegoali Adonai Tzuri vegoali Ose shalom bimama Uyahase shalom aleinu Ve'akol Yisrael V'himru amin Uyahase shalom
And Linda sings Ki Mitzion as we prepare for our Torah reading.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai mirushalayim.
Thank you, Linda. And actually with that, I skipped one thing. I went slightly ahead. And so right before our Torah reading this evening, we're in this period of the Omer where we count the Omer. That countdown began with Passover. This is the ritual in which we count the days between Passover and Shavuot. Each year we remember a journey that begins with freedom, culminates in an understanding of obligation. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes us holy through commandments, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom tisha yamim shehem shvua echad u'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is the 9th day, making it 1 week and 2 days of the Omer. Tisha is the word for 9. Shmone or Shmini is the word for 8, and 8 relates to what happened to Aaron and his sons on the 8th day after Aaron was officially installed as Israel's high priest. Our Torah portion, Shmini or 8, perhaps the best known segment of the Torah that of this portion is what I'll be reading tonight, focuses on the creation of dietary laws, a proto-kashrut. The Torah here discusses foods that the people Israel could not consume. The editor of our Torah commentary, Rabbi Gunther Plaut, offers an excellent explanation. He writes, in many cases, dietary restrictions have been based upon or reinforced by religious beliefs. The Buddhists avoid the taking of life and therefore they reject all animal food. Similar attitudes were held by some individuals and groups in ancient Greece. The Hindus regard the cow as sacred and therefore they do not eat beef. But the elaborate system of dietary laws contained in the Torah and further extended by post-biblical teachers is probably unique, and certainly nothing similar was to be found in the ancient Near East. So teaches Rabbi Plaut, one of the great scholars of our movement from Holy Blossom, where MJ grew up. In terms of land mammals, we read of 2 requirements for eating meat. The animal must have split hooves and chew its cud. This leaves out all sorts of animals that are predators, perhaps making a statement akin to "you are what you eat." In the conservative movement's Etz Chaim, Tree of Life Torah commentary, Rabbi Harold Kushner observes, the dietary laws constitute a way of sanctifying the act of eating. The eating of meat requires killing a living creature, constantly seen in the Torah as a compromise. These laws elevate the eating of meat to a level of sanctity by introducing categories of permitted and forbidden. For animals, eating is a matter of instinct. Only human beings can choose on moral or religious grounds not to eat something otherwise available, end quote. Tonight's segment is Leviticus chapter 11. We'll be doing verses 1 through 9. Deborah Brandt is our Aliyah to the Torah. And
Me?
let's see. Debbie, there you are. Let me unmute you. You're all set? Right before, one second. I'm just gonna, right before you read, I'm just going to share the screen. Hang on. Let me press that button one more time. Perfect. Debbie, we're going to be starting right here. So the blessing whenever is comfortable.
Baruch hu Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vahed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vaydaber Adonai El Moshe v'El Aharon Lemor Alehem, and Adonai God spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying to them, Dabru el b'nei Yisrael Lemor, say to the children of Israel, saying, Zot hachaya asher tochlu mikol habehima asher al haaretz. This is these are the animals, but literally lives that you can eat from all of the beasts or all of the herd that are on the land. Kol mafreset parsa v'shosa'at shesa parasot ma'ale gera b'behema ata tochelu. Anything that has hooves and that there is within divide within the hooves and that chews its cud from the animals you may eat. Ach et ze lo tochlu, but these you should not have. Mimale hagera umifarse haparsa, from those who chew their cud or have the divided hooves. Et hagamal, the camel, ki ma'ale gera, it chews its cud. Who? Ufarasa enana mafris, but it does not have the hooves. Tameh hu lachem, it is unclean for you. The et hashafan, and the hair, ki ma'ale hagera, again, that it chews its cud. Who? Ufarsa lo yafris tameh hu, but it does not have the condition of the hooves. It is unclean for you, lachem. That harnevet, and the rock badger, ki ma'ale gera, again chewing its cud. He ufarasa lo hifrisa temea hi lachem. It is unclean for you. Vet hachazir ki mafris parsa hu v'shesa shosa parsa hu gera lo yigar temehu lachem. But as for the pig, although it has hooves, it does not, which are divided, it does not chew its cud. It is unclean for you. Mibasaram lo tochelu, you should not eat of its flesh. Univlo tam lo tigau, or touch its carcasses. Tamim hem lachem, these are unclean for you. Et ze tochlu mikol asher b'mayim, and this you can eat of everything which is in the waters. Kol asher lo snapir v'kashkeshet, and those which have fins and scales. B'mayim, bayamim, whether in the waters or in the seas. Uvenachalayim, or in the streams. Tem tochelu, this you can eat. And Debbie, our blessing for after the Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Debbie, thank you. Yesher koach. Just nice. Beautiful. Linda, we sing Eitz Chaim He as we complete this segment of our service.
Eitz Chaim He lama chazikim ba v'tol nacheha meushar deracheha narkenoham v'chol nativoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'natshuva chadesh chadesh
Each Shabbat, we pray on behalf of dear ones within and beyond our congregational family who are ill and in need of healing. We voice the hope that they might know comfort and support, that they are not forgotten nor forsaken. Amongst those we pray for tonight, Devorah Malka, Bat Esther Rivka, and Robert Gordon. I will unmute you momentarily, and I'll invite you at home to say the names out loud of those persons for whom we pray this Shabbat. So I'm going to mute our
Robert Selwitz,
He didn't.
Kim Lee, Ron Saunders, Sharon Richard,
Valeska Araripe.
I'll do it again when I see our picture.
He will do it.
Okay, and I'm going to mute everyone except Linda. The Misha Berach prayer, I will share the screen. It is on page 371.
May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
This Tuesday is Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. As a longstanding practice going back almost a quarter century, we will be observing this together with our local Jewish Federation. Our annual commemoration is needed because, quite obviously, the Holocaust must be remembered in our consciousness and on our calendars. To forget the Holocaust would be to desecrate the sufferings experienced by the Shoah's millions of victims. To forget would be to imperil decency itself, along with the future of our people. Hitler cynically assumed remembrance of genocide was fleeting. He asked, "Who remembers the Armenians?" We do. And we have made remembrance a communal pledge. For to forget is to give license to humankind's base hatreds. In the aftermath of the Holocaust, our Jewish people, along with others of goodwill, established a number of mechanisms for remembrance. The Holocaust became part of school curricula, as thanks to legislators, including Arthur, it is now specifically mandated here in Connecticut. Museums were opened, organizations established, and missions accepted. So too, over the intervening decades, the Holocaust has been explored in popular culture, movies, books, history channels, etc. Guided by memory, we also have sought to be there for others. Our community and people have often been on the forefront of efforts to publicize and prevent genocide, along with prejudice and discrimination. And how are we doing in these efforts? To some extent, we've been impactful in preventing genocide, such as in Bosnia and Darfur. Regarding educating about the Holocaust, we've also helped to hold back the tide of forgetfulness. A survey this past January from Pew Research revealed that most US adults know that what the Holocaust was and approximately when it happened. That's the encouraging news. Yet as soon as we get into the details, things become more sketchy. And this is deeply concerning. The Pew survey also revealed fewer than half can correctly answer 4 basic multiple choice questions, including the number of Jews who were murdered or the way Adolf Hitler came to power. For while most were aware of Hitler's efforts to annihilate our people, or about when these events occurred and where, only 45% were able to explain approximately 6 million Jews were murdered. Roughly 15% of those surveys said that 3 million or fewer Jews were killed, though it appears that many who so responded did so not out of anti-Semitic animus, but out of ignorance rather than a specific anti-Semitic animus. In a feeling thermometer designed to gauge sentiments towards a variety of groups, 9 in 10 non-Jewish respondents who underestimated the Holocaust death toll expressed neutral or warm feelings towards Jews, while just 1 in 10 give Jews a cold rating. The survey also showed, and this seems quite logical, that the more knowledge of the Holocaust people possess, the warmer their feelings towards Jews. And likewise, when non-Jews knew Jewish people, they were more apt to correctly answer questions, as were those who visited Holocaust museums. The lesson: we do well to engage outside of our own enclave and community, and we do well to promote commemoration. Still, the pervasiveness of ignorance must give us pause. Survey results pertaining to teenagers demonstrated an absolute need for improvement. Only 38% of teens, that is 38% of those surveyed between 13 and 18 years old, know that approximately 6 million Jews perished in the Shoah, in the Holocaust. And just 1/3 know that Hitler came to power through a democratic process. Their ancestors correlated closely to those whose formal education ended with high school. So assuredly, there's the need for renewed effort in engaging the next generation. For as the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum explains, teaching about the Holocaust can inspire students to think critically about the past and their own roles and responsibilities today. As we go forward, we must ensure the curricula is robust. Organizations like Connecticut ADL are working on this, and they deserve our support. Indeed, I think this extraordinary time, the current pandemic and its impact, only heightens the importance of Holocaust education and anti-bias training. I strongly suspect it will be needed now more than ever before. This week, Walter Russell Mead wrote in the Wall Street Journal about how opinion makers in Turkey and Iran have blamed coronavirus on the Jews. The ADL reports that others too including extremists in our own country, slander Jews, claiming Jews and/or Israel manufactured or spread the coronavirus to advance global control, or that Jews are profiting from the coronavirus. While such views are still outside of the mainstream in America, if history is a guide, we need to take seriously the threat of viral hatred and to be vigilant in advocating a communal response. History has shown how, in past calamities, people invariably looked for scapegoats and targeted the most vulnerable, including the Jewish people. For example, having been falsely accused of poisoning wells, Jews were massacred during the Black Plague of the 14th century, when about 1/3 of the European population died of the plague. In that case, merchants who were in the red to Jewish creditors were wont to lead the charge. So let us be on the lookout for cynical demagogues now. So too, during the Great Depression after Germany's defeat in World War I, Jews were again targeted as part of another false conspiracy theory. Recall also how even after the Holocaust, the so-called doctor's plot in Stalinist Russia subjected our people to yet another false conspiracy theory. This is why community and collective resolve is so important. History is too important to be set aside. As such, I invite you to join us on Tuesday night at 5 p.m. for the Federation Yom HaShoah commemoration that will take place on our YouTube channel. There's something powerful about being all together. For this year's commemoration, the Federation is partnering with us and with Voices of Hope and with the Mandel JCC of Greater Hartford for an observance that will include several short, insightful reflections related to this moment, as well as uplifting music and prayer. The event is made possible by the Faye and Max Katz Yom HaShoah Memorial Fund. Faye and Max came to the United States from Germany and, having built lives here, retired to Heritage Village. For their legacy, they were determined to do their part for our community to avow each year together in real time, never again, and we will never forget. All told, amidst the many tasks ahead of us in the coming months and years, may we devote our energies to this task, lest there be a desecration of the memory of the sufferings experienced by the Shoah's millions of victims, lest decency be imperiled, lest the people Israel be further endangered, and lest we give license to base hatred. Ken Yehi Ratzon, be this God's will. We're momentarily, we will be turning to page 586 as we begin our concluding prayers with first starting with the Aleinu. For those able, and we invite you to rise. Our Aleinu prayer is the second paragraph, which I will be displaying down the page.
Aleinu l'shabeach lahadon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kagei havratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot hadama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegau aleinu kekol hamonam, Vanaknu korim umishtafavim umodim livnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We call to mind our own beloved dead. I ask that those in mourning, remembering the death of loved ones, and I believe we're standing, so should you wish to at home, please remain standing. We remember the yard sites this Shabbat of Abram Bress, Sophie Deutsch, Edna Dime, Bernard Feynman, Abe Geller, Peter Hall, Ben Hofstadter, Rose Mahler, David L. Martin, Wallace Rifkin, Morris Spurt, Benjamin Weiss, Lissalette K. Weiss, and Henrietta Wurzberger. Should you have a dear one to add, I will unmute and ask you momentarily to say their names. And we recall the dead this week of COVID-19, including Dr. Turetsky of New Rochelle, a doctor at Bridgeport Hospital. Please, I've unmuted everyone. Please feel free if there are other names to add.
Eric Goldman.
So I will again place folks on mute for the Mourner's Cottage and screen share it. This is on page 598. And we recite together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah v'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'olam l'almei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei Dekudasha B'rechu La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran bi'alma b'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael b'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael b'imru amen. Zichronam l'vracha. May their memories be for blessing, and let us say, Amen. Please be seated. For our Linda has prepared a very special treat for us this evening. Together with her son, Andrew. And hopefully, I think I have this now all set. So our concluding hymn, which Linda and Andrew have prepared, again, in thinking about our upcoming Yom HaShoah, is a very sweet Oseh Shalom. The words of the Kaddish, which we just said as we completed the Kaddish.
Oseh Shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose